Hello everyone, welcome to a bonus stream on Friday afternoon. Dr. Pancakes, thank you so much for the 4 months of Prime subscription. I very much appreciate your support. I thank you for also being one of my moderators, killer of horrific spam bots that post shitty links and offer view botting. But couldn't do it without the support of friends. So thank you. So I was not feeling streaming or doing much of anything as of yesterday. So I decided to do a makeup stream today. Hello, Scoop, welcome in. I decided to do a makeup stream today, and I decided since I'm doing it on an off day anyway, and I think we only have one more stream left, I'm gonna try to wrap up Kentucky Route Zero and see where we go from there. So, yeah, today's gonna be the, I think, final day of Kentucky Route Zero, finishing this funky little art project treat to myself. So, thank you all for joining me on this journey. Yeah. What? Oh, because I'm pressing the wrong button. I was like, why my Stream Deck not work? Because I'm stupid. Okay. Let's get to it. Act 5, in which we finally complete a delivery. A town. Neat bird song. Otherwise, it's extremely quiet. That's everything, right? How did this all fit in that truck? It's so bright. I almost forgot about daylight. I think it rained. Rained a lot, I mean. The worms are gonna be out for sure. Have you ever heard a worm sing? They only sing if they trust you without reservation. The worm song is completely unique. I don't want to hold this stuff any further until we know exactly where we're going. I'll go scout ahead. Okay, holler if you find anything. I'm a cat. That's a damn shame, that's what you call it. Distressed meow. Well, what do you know anyway? Sorry, I'm just upset. Reassuring meow. You're right. So, not too sad.
No, I think it should be
Happy? Right. It's a remembrance. Right. Like a monument. Totally. So, they should be represented with dignity and respect, of course. Of course. But not to the point where it makes everyone feel like they have to be serious when they're standing under it. Does that make sense? No, yeah, it definitely does. I think I have an idea. Great. I'll just dig in. Thanks, Marianne. Happy to help. This headstone has no name on it. Maybe it was his choice. It's good they honored his wishes. Still, a burial is not only for the dead. The seer reclined high in a tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. She'd done the bulk of the carving over hazy mornings with the stoneworker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy, or very sad, or bored. From this height, that explains something. Why I couldn't hear things. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to close out of that. Shit. Oh well. My sound was coming out of the wrong speakers. It explained why I couldn't hear the damn game. And then when I tabbed back in, I accidentally clicked. Don't think it'll rain anymore? No. I don't see any clouds. Hell, it'll probably rain anyhow. Just our luck. Assertive meow. Oh, really? Yeah, I love that you're just a cat chasing around the cursor as a dragonfly. Confident meow. He thinks it's going to rain again tomorrow. No. I don't know. Animals have a sense for the weather. Wanda snores softly. Cheerful meow. Wanda sleeps peacefully. Will it still fly? Oh, yes, she just got banged up a little in the storm. I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure. Can I fly it? Well, how's your upper body strength? It's good. Really good. This little girl's operated by pulleys. I mean, 100% mechanical. Well, except for the throttle. I could do that. I admire your confidence, young man. Yep, just a little bent metal. I'll have her skyworthy again in a matter of hours. Wow. I've been doing this a long time, kiddo. At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight and alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. The truck reminded him of New York City, which he'd visited once by bus, and which had made a great impression on him, especially the mountains of garbage that dotted the sidewalks. The truck didn't smell yet, but it would. A glorious patina built up over decades of progress and labor. Of course, there was nowhere to drive it. Even Ron conceded that. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damned messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. And other normal things. The men from the night woods hauling the garbage away. I love how they do trees. I've said it before, but I love it every time. Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college, so no surprises there. Nikki showed her the video databank. James demonstrated the Sandin image processor, and then Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. Pebble, welcome in! How did the Pokemon catching go? What did you end on? The last thing I saw, you were continually being gatekeeped by a bunch of hikers before I had to leave to get ready for this. But welcome in, Raiders. I am Ark, or Archaic Prospect. This is an off day. Normally I stream Wednesdays and Thursdays. Surprise, Ray, that I didn't actually tell anyone. Well, welcome in. Surprise. Surprise. Welcome to the end of Kentucky Route Zero. I defeated the hikers and almost got gatekept by a cop. Yeah, that sounds fucking like cops. But yes, I am Archaic Prospect. I like to do a lot of heavily... Made it to the next town. Well done. I like to do a lot of heavily narrative games, either combinations of visual novels or other things. We just finished Pathologic 2 recently. Kentucky Route Zero, we're wrapping up now. I normally stream Wednesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 5 Pacific. Yeah, in general, I play funky little art games. We're doing Pathologic 3 as well, the sequel, which has very much to do and very little to do with the previous game. It's complicated and weird. But yeah, if you like weird narrative games, come on by, hang out, and just... yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get back to it. Pebble, thank you for the raid again very much. And then Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. The station had a great collection of videotapes made by local artists, along with a huge library of what looked like home movies. Oh, he's on my lap right now. Buddy. Oh, yes, you've suddenly awakened, haven't you? Hi. Hi, buddy. Scoop! Oh my gosh. Oh no, so many things are happening on my off. Oh, buddy. Oh. Hey, bud. Yeah. This one's from Pebble. Oh. Chaos! Behold, he feasts. He has been blessed by the treats. Scoop, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. I very much appreciate it. If you got a gift from Scoop, come on in, hang out. Thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy the perks of ad-free viewing and what other little I have to offer, I think. Some things, but they may be fine for followers. I don't know. Either way. Gift time, indeed. Gifts for all. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We have fucking, yeah, okay. Hype train going. Hello. Bud, do you want to get back in the lap? What's going on here? I know you're watching my hands thinking that I have more for you, but I do not. Aye. Good boy. Okay. Thank you all for the sudden distraction. I'm just gonna retake this whole paragraph. You getting back up? Come on, I know you're looking at it. You're gonna just jump right up when I'm in the middle of this sentence. The station had a great collection of videotapes made by local artists, along with a huge library of what looked like home movies. There were tapes about local politics, the weather, video dream diaries. Rita was eager to start contributing her own work. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. Your gift sub was the worst timed? Just for chaos? Or the sudden bad news? She knew things were unraveling. Oh, for overwhelm, I'm fine. Just very sudden. A bunch of things happened all at once. Raid into treats, into gifts, and I very much appreciate it. It very much shows all of the support, and I love it. I'm overwhelmed in a great way. So thank you, truly. Back to Ron's bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive at the beginning of something for once? But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern for sure, but also something like relief, hope, an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said that the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? Right, these were the TV people. Rita was the... Yeah, okay. I don't remember what voice I was doing for Nikki specifically, but I was doing... Slow-mo crow. Warm coo. Greeting meow. Eager chittering. Affirmative meow. An agreeable caw. Friendly meow. A short coo. Negative meow. Chittering dismissively. Inquisitive meow. Confused coo. Doubtful meow. Soft chitters. Curious meow. Inquisitive caw. Confident meow. Curt chitters. A riveting conversation. Six or seven men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud, really. It made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. One man was louder than the rest. He had a nervous laugh that sucked up all the air around him. Here at the bottom of the hollow, there were patches of mud everywhere. Water pooled on the ground or just below the surface. That was the danger. The laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. Town's full of ghosts.
This town's finished.
Waffles for any weather. Jorge scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There were only a few dozen left. More shelves than books now, the results of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. A Crystal Age, anonymous, a fairly recent publication. Jorge flipped through the pages for a minute. The binding was stiff. Ava, welcome in. Myth, also welcome in. Happy to have you both here. Very enlightening. The crow and cat conversation, yeah. He hadn't read the book, but he had discussed it with Isabel, the community architect. It was the story of a man who sleeps for thousands of years and awakens into a world without hunger or strife. Isabel had requested the book, part of a collection she was building called Ecological Mysticism, and now it was to be the latest victim of Fraser's reckless experiment. Fraser proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life to the next in search of excess to cut back. Lately, he'd turned his scythe to the library. The New Selection meant decimating their store of books according to Fraser's own inscrutable criteria. Now we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. Fraser's colorless voice echoed in Jorge's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he tucked the book under his arm and set off for the woods. Get fucked, Fraser. Greeting, meow.
Oh, hi, kitty. Where did you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here?
Oh, wait, no, Rita was...
Where did you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? These folks, the ones who built this thing, they chased birds too.
Intrigued, meow.
Really? That's what they wrote. They followed some migrating birds up here from Central America. Somewhere up to Florida. And then here.
Skeptical, meow.
Well, that's what they wrote anyway. I guess it might have been a metaphor.
A metaphor what?
They must have been pretty nice pigs if they let you ride them like that. They were perfect gentlemen. Then what happened? Then I found the library of television. There were TVs everywhere. As soon as you walked in the door, every channel was playing at once. Each tiny hair in my ear canal was listening to a different TV. There were so many voices. I kept hearing my name, but I couldn't figure out which TV set it was coming from. Sounds scary, but also kind of cool. Exactly. I'll take you there sometime if you want. Did I tell you I discovered the place where all the garbage goes? You mean the dump? Oh no, it's much more exciting than that. What they do is they take some water out of the ocean and replace it with garbage. Someday the ocean will be nothing but garbage. The fish will learn to breathe garbage and we'll learn to drink it. Oh. I got to ride in a big truck and a tugboat. Wow. I'm jealous, but I won't let it ruin our friendship. Wow. Maybe I'll see you at the museum sometime? I bet you'll see me sooner than that.
What else am I looking for? Oop.
Oh, come on.
There we go.
They were beautiful animals. No, I should say simply that they were our neighbors. And they're free. I should say that they are free. Only, what do I mean by free? Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm writing something, a sort of poem. Who's it for? It's for the neighbors.
What haven't I done? Who have I missed? Oh, I never went back to the pit.
It's like two people talking.
Oh, Junebug and Johnny strained to hear the noises coming from the well.
It's like two people talking, but not to each other. Talking to themselves, maybe? They're each alone.
Johnny shades his eyes with his hands.
How are your eyes, Cricket?
They're kind of flickery, but okay. Want to see? Should we head back underground?
Yeah, probably. Soon.
Meow into the pit. Meow into the yawning void. Haunting void. Meow.
Just taking one last look. You said you were sketching? Researching? Yeah, I just came down to see this ancient earthwork. Why did they build this huge, dirt spiral? Most of these ancient earthworkers are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it was for.
This shouldn't have happened. We should have prepared better. All of us. But most of all, that damn company who built this place left it only half built when they pulled out of town. Damn shame.
Well, the mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. Is there a doormat? Sometimes a key is under a doormat. What am I saying? Strange to say, but I feel like I've been here before. Anyone else? Oh, is this your place? We had time for construction, but what do I know? No, this isn't our place. You don't know who lives here?
Emily shrugs.
It feels warmer in here somehow, right? Warmer and brighter. Nobody lives here? If somebody does live here, they keep it pretty tidy. Nice. I could see myself in a place like this. The light in here is pretty great, actually. I could set up a new workshop here. I could fix TVs again, or whatever people need. Hell, I could fix toasters. I'd love to perform in a place like this. At sunset? I feel like I'm on stage right now. Actually. Know what I mean, ma'am? Weird acoustics. Like you get little echoes before the sounds themselves. I like it. We need to make sure and preserve some of this stuff before the next big storm. It may only be a show for the raccoons.
I'd like to see that.
We saved what we could.
Hey, Cat, I'll race you. From here to that pile of mail, okay?
Affirmative, meow.
Come stand here. This is the starting line. Ready? Get set. Go!
Kick your ass, kid.
All right! Wow, you're pretty fast. I'll get you next time.
Honestly, probably, yeah. That kid was shockingly quick. Game seems loud all of a sudden. Rita tore up weeds. Elmo stood next to her with a bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds, and he stuffed them in the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Rita and Elmo left to get some tea. The bucket of weeds sat warming in the sun. The dandelions wilted and the clover dried. Some wayward insects continued to eat. When Rita and Elmo returned, they assumed the same roles and continued working. The garden was coming along as well as they could hope given months of neglect. When the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family, who had tended to this garden, the largest and most productive in town for years. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt.
Until finally it just gave way. But you did good work. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. They let you finish. Don't forget about it. This place would be dry as a bone. You always did good work.
Inquisitive meow.
It's a memorial. What's this?
Curious meow.
Oh man, it's totally broken.
Inquisitive meow.
Waterlogged tapes. They might still play, who knows. But all the VCRs are shot.
Sad meow.
I don't even know where to put all this. I hate to call it trash.
I wonder if that garbage truck still works. It ain't like it used to be around here, I tell you that.
It never is.
Ha! You're right about that. Cass always used to say.
You miss her, huh?
She was a kind woman, that's for sure. I try to keep her alive in my day-to-day. To tell you the truth, I've long suspected the reason Cass never wanted any roads here was just to keep the horses safe. And now...
The horses ain't safe. The horses is dead. Marianne clears her throat. Inquisitive meow.
Well, hello.
Marianne nudges Wanda gently.
Wanda, it's time to wake up.
Curious meow.
Nope. Dead the world.
Probing meow.
Just try again later, I guess.
I feel like I'm getting my voices flipped. Can't remember what voices I keep doing for these people. Marianne, how the hell did you beat me over here?
So how did you all get food out here?
Anxious scraping noises.
And they managed that.
An indignant call.
Why?
A detailed series of chitters.
I guess we could, but it sounds like a lot of work.
One confident call.
You're right. I'll think about it.
Horse winch. No, miss, they don't scare me at all. If you met them, you'd feel the same way, I'm sure. I don't believe old Jorge would ever hurt us. He's kind of a bit of a bookworm, as far as I can tell. I'll leave the radio on for him at night. He seems to like the AM call-in shows, but just out of tune. What is it about the radio they love? They all love it. I'm leaving at sunset. If you like, I'll help you find a bus back to, Lithuania, you said? Oh, sure, there's always much to do at home. That seems to be one place are always needed. But with everyone gone, who will feed these ghosts? Weird thing to say, but I like it. Goes hard. Clyde lay on his back on the runway, hands folded behind his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived a plane crash and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. Coming into land, he'd slammed into a truck. The driver had probably thought the runway was another road. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said was that they wanted to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying this small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. It would bring in new goods, new people, maybe even some cash from tourism. Many of the residents supported the idea. But Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers knew that a road would be the end of their secluded paradise. Greeting, meow.
Oh, hi, kitty.
chatty meow.
Yes, it's a beautiful day. I guess the weather was pretty bad last night, though.
Why is it never about female carriers, huh? We used to have female carriers, and then woke destroyed it all is the thing. That's the problem. Hello, Vibes. Welcome in. Confident meow.
You're a chatty one, aren't you?
Fanciful meow.
Sure, whatever you say.
Curt meow.
All right, well, take it easy.
Yeah, I'd be worried about that too.
Well, and it isn't just the rodents. The floors are mostly rotted, I think. You'd fall right through. I'm surprised that they're still standing after last night.
Have this cat run for president? Fuck yeah. All the buildings?
No. Most of them have good bones. It's just the ones that the power company built that are rotten.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the power company moved in here a while back and set it up like their own little town. For the workers.
But they didn't build them too good, huh?
It's garbage. It couldn't be bothered. I lived in that one over there, in fact, when I first came here to work at the power plant.
Oh, yeah?
I wouldn't set foot in there now, though. Some of these are really old. Maybe we should open them.
Scolding meow.
Ha ha! He says not to open other people's mail, kid. I know what he said. But if they're not even here to open it themselves? I won't tell a soul.
Alert meow.
A family of small mice huddle beneath the debris.
Predatory meow.
The mice retreat into the shadows.
Heavier than they look. Sure, heavier than they look. Sure, everyone's heavier after they've passed. It's only natural. The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little.
Souls are buoyant.
Greeting, meow. Oh, it's you again.
Friendly, meow.
Yeah, well, feel free to pitch in. I'm sure this would go a lot quicker with the two of us on it.
Argumentative meow.
Busy, huh? What? Left a sunbeam unslept in?
Parting meow.
Suit yourself. I'll be here. What is this swarm of malignant energy in the barn? I have to go.
Choppy seas today, Captain. Aye, Captain. Let's reinforce the sails.
Curious meow. Something brown scurries up the side of the tree.
Surprised meow. Bats! A squirrel? Too fast to tell.
I don't know what route this cat is taking. Hello? Hello?
Does it work?
I don't know.
I could probably fix it.
Oh, you could definitely fix it, man.
And then you'd have a new robot friend. And then I'd have a new robot friend.
I saw the design on a barn somewhere. Out by Lexington. So it might have been a horse barn, I think. Seemed appropriate. I don't know. What do you think? It's nice. What's it for? They're gonna put this up in the old barn. As part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell you the truth.
It said she was from the Bureau, but I don't remember her, and I don't remember what voice I was doing for her. Should start taking notes on voices.
How about Greg Rabbit?
Greg the rat. Greg the rabbit?
No, like, Rabbit's his last name.
Well, there's no Greg or Rabbit here. Not anymore, at least.
Great.
Ezra opens the envelope.
Is our privilege. It is our privilege to inform you that your Apple
Application
has been accepted. Your studies can begin as soon as you arrive.
Good job. Yeah, good job, Greg. I hope he got the message eventually. I wonder what he studied. Artichokes. What? Oh, no, architecture.
I got my degree in engineering. Artichoke engineering. Ron has nothing more to say. Horses. There's a lot of this chapter of me going, where the fuck am I supposed to be going?
Look at this place. The library. Oh, what a mess. I feel like I should give you a tour, but let's skip to the good part. Any questions? Did it have a secret name or just a regular one? I don't know if it was secret, or if they just couldn't decide on a name. I think they just called it the library. My friend Bert says that the work of history is to find a pattern in the unasked questions. In the evening, when the Chinese wall was finished, where did the Masons go? Caesar beat the Gauls. Was there not even a cook in his army? You'd fit right in here. Sure, it's a mess right now, but there's some residual energy from those fearless experimenters that I don't think will ever dissipate. I could stay here.
Junebug and Johnny walk up. What's good, little dude?
We were talking about the library. Is this your family?
Junebug looks at Ezra.
Just some friends. We met on the road, but I guess now we'll split up properly. Probably.
No, let's keep them together.
Yeah, that's right. This is my family now.
Ron dug a grave.
Hey, this book's in pretty good shape. The City of Ladies. Interesting.
Curious, meow.
No, I've never read it either.
Inquisitive, meow.
Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho. And some ladies from the Bible.
Nosy, meow.
I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. I'll get us a bus ticket, eh?
And ever since then, they've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town. Oh yeah? You like to cook? Sure. I'd make you some waffles that'd blow your mind if the power was back on. If you won't, and you promise to keep it a secret, I'll pass on my waffle recipe before I head out. Why so secretive?
I can't bear the thought of any son of a bitch from that power company eating one of my waffles. I once led a demonstration march right down this main strip here, back in the old days. Of course, we had no formal union. They watched everyone, and they had the cops on their side. In the end, we extracted a few minor concessions, and then the company pulled out of town before any real bloodshed could get underway. Mostly. We ought to just set this place on fire.
I'd like to see that. But I think if we take out the tables and knock a couple of walls down, this place would make a good concert venue. Any more malignant energy entities? "3A, lay paper flat. 3B, bring bottom left corner up to top right corner. 3C, crease with firm, steady pressure along a diagonal fold." Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she'd made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock this afternoon. 11. Repeat steps 4A through 7 for each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. The company store used to have a dedicated staff until the civic responsibility plan a few years back. Now everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week, on a mandatory volunteer basis. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention, men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. All right, everyone, we are at the halfway point of the stream, however, which means that we do need to take our 3-minute ad break. So, I'm going to run a 3-minute ad. I'm going to hang out in the middle of this town doing nothing, and I will see y'all in 3 minutes. How is everyone doing this fine, what's it called, Friday? Ready for it to be done working? God, yeah, I imagine. You can always stop. Chill, have a session 0 in like an hour and a half. Ooh, fun. What are you playing? Warframing? You still fucking around with Citrine, or are you more Valkyr these days, Myth? Oh, man. Eepy. Vampire the Masquerade is for the Epoch Unlimited streams this month. Oh, hell yeah. Meaning Valkyr more since I got the Prime, and now you have Saren Prime also cooking. I bet you'll like Saren. Saren feels to me like she would be something that you would have a lot of fun with. She's got a really enjoyable kit. Spreading the pathogen seems like something that you could have a lot of fun with, I think. So, Ava, are you playing a Banu Hakim? Something tells me you're playing a Banu Hakim. No! Changing it up. Played around with the base version. What are you playing then? Played around with the base version and decided to grind for the Prime before investing in reactors and formers. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's me and Malkavians, too. Like, everybody's got a fucking clan in Vampire, I feel like. But I'm proud of you for branching out from Banu Hakim. We are back to Kentucky Route. Let's finish this up. Bruja, Malk, Salubri, or Hakata. Ooh, all fun options. I'm playing a fucked up Salubri in a game right now. I'm a big fan of him. He's a fucking mess. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. I'll always do a clan at least once, except for Mir, because I'm a wizard hater. True, vibes, I could see you fitting in with any clan. Then again, you also have big Nosferatu energy to me, so... you know. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft, Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Cass played cards and told fortunes with the same deck. Sometimes she'd switch it up mid-game or mid-divination until you never knew whether you were winning or losing, or if good luck in the game might mean bad luck in some other part of your life. She'd predicted the decline of the circus, of course. And of course nobody had believed her. There were the three Dervish brothers. Two were women. The oldest had flown a reconnaissance plane at the tail end of the war, then returned home to teach his younger sisters the art of trick flying. None of them were gifted pilots, but they were fearless. The question is, am I Nosferatu, or is my best character just a Nosferatu? And I don't see why it can't be both. No one commits to a bit like a Nosferatu, and no one commits to a bit like you. I feel like it's fitting. I feel like they're both true. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely, and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work, delivering mail to remote rural areas. But this place was abandoned. I do like to be a horrible guy. You see what I'm saying? I know you like to be a horrible guy. You revel in it. And if that ain't Nosferatu, I don't know what is. Cass's cards predicted that they'd be here for quite a while. Oh, I love the little cat hop. That was really good. Oh, let's go. Nope, let's not go. I really like this knife. It has an aura, you know what I mean? An aura. Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. Horse grave. 6 feet. That's a standard. Standard for people anyway. But 6 feet's a rule for a person. Let's say the average person is 5'9". Neighbors were about 15 hands, so that's pretty close. Well, at least I'm putting the math in. If this were still company property, they'd be off to a landfill, cold sons of bitches. If those greedy sons of bitches had finished that drainage ditch when they were supposed to. I ought to hike through the woods and give them a piece of my mind. Yeah, Ron, get their ass. Ah, damn. There he goes. We go in after him? In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. No. But it's probably full of thorns. Yeah, but raccoon. It's not happening. Okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what, if that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, don't run in the graveyard.
Why not?
People are trying to rest.
Annoyed meow.
Agreed.
Where are you flying to? Flying? I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay. You could fly her somewhere if you wanted to, though, right? Of course! So why don't you? Here we go. Keep your distance now. There it goes.
Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures and so thoughtful. Whoa, look at this.
Emily pulls a piece of slate adorned with a particular... Emily pulls a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram out of the rubble.
This is part of James's schematic for the sand and image processor. Damn, this was valuable information.
Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble.
The label's all muddy. Oh, this is Rita's tape. I should get this to her. Maybe she can clean it up. Very little I can salvage here. It wouldn't mean anything anyway. It's kind of a package deal. You need the tapes and the station and the people. If one part is missing, the whole thing falls apart.
Coffee and tunes. All right, man, let's see what you got. Oh, Bill Monroe, great. Yeah, we had a few of his. Man, this is a barnstormer. Popular? They used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. And then these weird echoes would start to come in. Like the music was leaking and just pooling up in the bottom of somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in that jukebox, it would come out strange, wrong, I don't know. That sounds pretty cool to me, man. I'm with Johnny here. Look at him shuffle. Can I move again? Oh, I can't.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to, well... If anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure to speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight back to the road if you want a caravan.
You staying in?
No, I'm heading out too. Now that the station is gone, there's nothing for me here. Sorry to say. For now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one out in the woods by... Why didn't anyone ever give them names? The silver one. Well, I guess he was grey, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. And the other one is... the other one. And I loved these horses, but you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So, I'm sorry, Silver One and Other One. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserved better names. Also sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say?
I got something to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone, and I didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if we're clearing the air, well, that happened, and it's okay. I mean, recently, too. I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple of days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. Would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that I would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floor.
Thanks, Ron. We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know? They came with the people from Central America. You know, the utopians, the people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago of people and horses. I don't know when we started calling them the neighbors. We should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years. And now they're all gone. Who are the people now? Okay, I guess we'd better move on. Nikki, are you ready? Thanks for sticking around. Like Emily said, it's so good to have you all here for this. I know some people had to leave already, and I don't judge anyone for that. Maya, you and our other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard for less than he was worth. But it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then out of grief, then anger. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're gonna bury this town today. When we bury these horses, it's the same thing. We're gonna bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? We'll all walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. No, I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's all right. It couldn't be me. But to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave. But that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says.
Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding.
For we who stayed in shame to penance pay, and hope to mercy find right where we sinned. Those hope are witnessed, no mercy left. Who could forgive us now we've buried our merciful friends?
Nikki's hands tremble a bit as she reads from the paper.
Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so, our better selves, clear of ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends with love. I have no will now left to comfort you. So let me try instead to share your woe. In distant valleys, home to better friends. Some other cherished fools will build their home.
Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life. A beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way.
Did Johnny and Junebug change their skin to gray to match their morning outfits?
I'm going that way. Yes, dear,
They look like fucking
Savior
ghosts.
I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall
They really do
meet
look
him
like they're kind of
face to
side-eyeing
face
each
in
other, right?
glory at last.
Like a...
Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, he'll say. While trusting my soul redeemed in love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior
I feel like they kind of did the horses dirty with the
I'm
portrait.
clinging to him, and never
Horses just look like they're given the real side eye
just sing
to whatever is going on both below them and then like next to them. You are constantly judged by the specter of these two horses. Horse ghosts or hosts. Wait. We get it. It's the year of the horse this here. You don't need to be all high and mighty about it. The end. And that's Kentucky Route Zero, friends. A beautiful game, I think. Very interesting. Very artsy. I really like it. I really like the aesthetic, and I really like the vibes, and I really like everything about it. So, thank you all for joining me on this journey of Kentucky Route. And that's it for that. So, hang on while I stop this recording. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.